Welcome to your Real Estate Review with Alan Canis of Engel & Volker's Silicon Valley, your weekly getaway to the pulsating heart of the global real estate market. Join us as we bring you exclusive interviews with top producing real estate agents from around the globe. Whether you're a buyer, a seller, or just a real estate enthusiast, this is your insider look into the pros, cons, and the captivating allure of the world's most sought-after locations. Let's discover where your next dream home awaits. Buckle up for a real estate journey like no other. This is your Real Estate Review with Alan Canis of Engel & Volker's Silicon Valley. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Estate Review with Alan Canis, that's me, of Engel & Volker's Silicon Valley. Please welcome my very good friend, Chip Wilkison of Davidson County, Tennessee. Welcome, Chip.
Hello. Thank you, Alan. How are you? And hello, everybody. It's
Doing
good to
great.
meet you.
It's
meeting you, meeting everybody.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, you bet me.
Yeah.
It's great. So we're going to dive right in and let's get started. And
Perfect.
With the questions all about you. What did
My
you...
favorite subject.
Usually mine too.
Yeah.
What did you do before real estate?
Well, Alan, that was a funny question. I actually was a college student. And I had always wanted to be a realtor. So from, I think, fourth grade on, it was flight attendant, news anchor, or realtor. And I realized the other two don't really make money. So I said, the realtor's the only thing I can do. So I went to college for that naturally. And then moved back home at 22 and got my license.
Wow. See, that's an awesome story because you went to school, you figured out, you already knew what you wanted to do. So many people just get into it as a get rich quick, and
Correct.
It's not that.
No, it is so not, and it's so aggravating. I get really tickled when I've had multiple people come up and go, "Oh, you're doing so well. We want to do it too." And I'm like, "Well, guys, it took 10 years of business to like really get this going." But no, people think it's a get rich quick, and it's not.
No.
And you're still probably not going to get rich.
That's true.
We're paycheck over here, paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
I know, right?
Would you tell us a bit about your background in real estate and your specific experience with clients relocating and purchasing a home in Davidson County?
So background for me, I'm from here, and
I could not tell with your accent.
Could you not tell with my twang? And when I go anywhere else, it is amplified times 10.
Yeah.
So my background, my business has always been your local Nashvilleian people I went to elementary school with, went to high school with. I was born in Williamson County and moved into Davidson County when I was probably a teenager. So I know both two super popular counties to live in Nashville. When people say they're from Nashville, now it encompasses like maybe an hour outside. That's not really. When helping out of towners is my favorite because I get to tell them about my city.
Yeah.
And so now they're moving to Nashville and everyone's country. Everyone's doing country. The city's huge. We're expensive. But it's so much fun to say how this used to be or how downtown was, real honky tonks and boot stores. And I love explaining where locals go. And they love that too, I think. I mean, I had some people just move here from California and it was so much fun to take them around. And we found them, their little spot the minute the house hit the market that day, and they knew. They were like, Chip told us about this, let's go get it.
That was it. I never thought I would be of the age of my parents, with my parents saying, well, this used to be like this. I remember this. And I was just driving on 280, and I was telling my daughter as we're heading into the city, I said, oh my gosh, this building used to know, I don't remember this building even going up, and it's there. And she turns to me and she says, well, Daddy, you are from the 1900s.
I heard that's what Gen Z is calling kids born in the 80s, the late 1900s. Yeah. I'm like, he seems so old.
At least he's getting the late 1900s. I'm getting the 1900s. She's 12.
No, I do the same thing. I was driving the other day, and where were we? I can remember, but out of nowhere, the building is gone and it's now 20 feet deep. And
Yeah.
for the foundation, I'm like, when did that go away? I
Yeah.
drive by here every single day.
And that's the thing. We drive by, same thing. I drive by, and all of a sudden, whoa, Facebook went up.
Yeah,
What did
we
that
have that
happen?
constant, and I love when people have not been here for a minute, these buildings will get thrown up. And when I say, I'm not talking 5-story, 20 and 30.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm like, where did that come from?
See, because we're down here looking down here, we're not looking up.
Right, I'm always,
Yeah.
we're doing this. We're not doing this law enforcement. We're, and
That's
looking
right.
down at the stoplight. We're doing this. So it's terrifying when I'm driving back down through Green Hills, which is a more upscale driving area. I love when I'm driving, I see kids driving my way and they're all looking down. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
put your phones down. Look at
Put
the
your phones
road.
down. Exactly. Well, what are some of the unique features or attractions of Davidson County specifically that make it an appealing destination for people who are looking to relocate?
Davidson County, it really encompasses so many different properties. You can have your $20 million estate in Davidson County. You can have a condo for 200,000. You can have a farm north of 10 acres in Davidson County.
Wow.
It's just where you want to be. Do you want to be 20 minutes from downtown? Do you want to be 40 minutes? We offer so much. There's endless restaurants, endless shopping. We're getting an Hermes in our design district, which is brand new of about, I think, 3 years ago. And they're just continuously adding so many new little areas to Davidson County. But Davidson's so big, they have the opportunity to do it. And it really, Davidson fits any buyer. You tell me a price, we can throw you somewhere
And I
in
love
Davidson
that.
County that
I
you'll
mean,
like.
you already hit 200,000 to 20 million. I mean, yeah.
Anyway, and that's where I always want people to understand, never be worried about your budget because we can find where you need to go, and I do it all. I don't think the people with the $20 million budget are that worried, but the people, 2 to 300, they're kind of like, where are we going to go?
Yeah.
But we can find it easily.
At least you have that here in the Bay Area. The lowest price that I have sold was a $450,000 one-bedroom condo. That was
We're headed that way.
that's the lowest. But
Yeah.
on average, a one-bedroom condo runs around 800 to 1.6. So
Correct. And so when I say 200, you're not going to be in Green Hills or downtown. You're going to be maybe about 20 minutes out, but you still get certain amenities that, anyone could get in Davidson County. I
and you have
think,
home ownership. So,
correct.
which is great.
That is what I love when people have been renting for their whole lives and they buy their first home. It's so exciting. I just closed on my really sweet friends. All my clients are my friends, by the way.
Mine too.
I never refer, it's rare I refer to them as clients, but they were renting 600 square feet for 10 years.
Wow.
They just bought a 760, I think 2,000 square feet in East Nashville, which is just on the other side of the river, still Davidson County. And they are thriving. They've never been happier. They're having their new baby. And that's also what makes it exciting because you get to see all the families grow
Yeah.
in everything you sell.
That's wonderful. Here, we're hearing a buzz about Tennessee. We're, from California, we have clients, friends, family that are relocating to Tennessee. What is all the excitement about, and why are people relocating to Davidson County?
So Tennessee, one, no income tax. That's our number
That's
one. I think we're one of, I believe it's 5 or 7 states that
Yeah.
have that. And between Alaska, New Hampshire, and Nashville, I'm probably going to Nashville at this point. I think we have Nashville, ever since I became a realtor 13 years ago, has had great press behind it. And that press has stuck, and everybody is moving to Nashville. And I think the no income tax helps, but I also think it's our location to everything. We are an hour and a half from Florida via the air, driving, you can drive anywhere, 2 hours to New York, three and a half on a good day to LA, probably 4 hours. I mean, Beyonce, you have, I think Snoop Dogg got his cowboy boots on. Everyone is coming here. And I think with our new Titans stadium, the Titans are our professional football team. They're redoing that stadium, building a whole brand new one with a roof. So I
Wow.
think we can have a Super Bowl here at some point. I do not think we have so much job growth headed our way with Oracle and all the development across the river. I think Nashville's on a way up for another 15 years. I don't see why we would stop
I
growing.
agree with you on that. From the people that I know that have moved there, they love it and they
Yeah.
didn't look back. So,
No, I have a cute couple moving from California. They are so excited, and it's really under sad circumstances that they're moving because they lived in the Palisades,
oh,
lost everything. But I think they opened a map and said, "Where are we going to go?"
yeah.
And they said Nashville.
They just went with the pin.
Apparently, I think 120 people a day are saying that,
I think you're
and I
right.
can tell with our traffic, they're all coming this way, and I love it.
How would you describe the current real estate market in Davidson County and what trends should potential relocators be aware of?
So our real estate, our market here, our housing market is thriving. We are listing, and depending on the product, if you have a great, you're a 3 bed, 2 bath, or you're a 4 bed, three, you have a perfect floor plan, you're a great estate, you're going to sell quickly. If you have a little quirk about your property, it may take a month or two to sell, but that is so much better than when I started. I remember I would print out like 15 homes and we would go set them up on a Saturday and we'd go show all day long. Now it's kind of one, as a buyer, you go look at one or two homes and it's kind of like, okay, you have a couple days to think about it.
Yeah.
If we are a really perfect home in a perfect area, uh, you might have a couple hours to think about it. I like if we're, and I mean, this is what I just did with one. We were so under budget on one house that I was like, let's go over. Let's just knock these other buyers out. Let's scare them away. And we got the house that way. It really just fluctuates on the property. If you're a picture perfect home, you better be ready to make the offer that day,
Yeah.
and go a little bit over, waive a few contingencies, but we'll have an inspection. But our condo market actually has taken a breath. When I have clients wanting to list their condos, I'm like, okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to list it. If it doesn't sell the first week, the buyer's going to come out of nowhere. And I don't know when, I had a beautiful Four Seasons condo listed, and we listed it, I think, last September. Nothing had sold in that building in a year. And
Wow.
so what sold ours, it was a sight unseen purchase, and my client had picked a lovely view where you could see our Batman building, the river, and the Titan Stadium. And just above the garden deck, so where you could see Broadway, which is I think that would be our Golden Gate Bridge here,
Okay.
Broadway downtown. Not as pretty, but you got to see it all, and that's what sold it. So if your condo has like I said, no quirks, it'll sell. And that's just how our market is right now. It's thriving. I think when people are moving here, relocating to Nashville, I think they still have this perception that Nashville is this country kind of cowboy, rinky dink little town. And they quickly learn after maybe making an offer or two that listen to your realtor. We work a different way here. Nashville is a funky city, and we always have been with how things work. And you got to listen to the professional.
Well, and that's how it is here as well. It's
Hmm.
listening to your professional. Our market is, if it's turnkey, it moves.
Correct.
If it has that quirk, you're right. It could sit 3 or 4 or 5 months
Hmm.
especially if it's still at a higher price. Because there's only two reasons a house doesn't sell: marketing and price.
Hmm.
That's what it comes down to. So
Hmm.
it's now with the internet, marketing is pretty much automatic. So
It's automatic, and you have to. What I think is something about my marketing is, to be honest, I think my videos are so silly. I cannot stand speaking into the screen or, what. But people love it, and that's what makes my property stand out. We do, everyone does a video, but mine just really stand out, I think. And I've really taken Siri. I made, the AI Siri into a character into my real estate videos now. And over the next probably month, you're going to see her come out more in my videos.
Well, and that's what makes you so unique. I can't stand in front of the camera and do a video on my properties. But what I do differently than other people is all of my property videos are voiceover.
Hmm.
So it's not just a video, it's not just a picture going in and out or the camera scanning the room. It's a voiceover talking about with the script and detail of what the property is. So
Correct. And we showcase the property. Don't sell yourself. You were there to sell the property,
yeah,
and I've really tweaked on how I can do it. And sometimes it really takes Chip being there to sell the property.
yeah.
I was doing an open house once, which I did not want to do. And I was sitting there like a grump in my flannel. And I was like, I don't want to be here. And then I went, wait a minute. I don't want to do this again next Sunday. I want to sell this house. So Chip flipped that little smile up, right side up, sold it.
And that's what it takes. Yeah,
Correct. Your house, if you are putting out this kind of energy, negative energy, the house is not going to.
yeah.
But if you put out positivity and you get it sold, the house is going to sell. And I always tell my sellers this: say goodbye to the property. Because if you still have a connection to it, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Got to say goodbye to it.
And I very rarely do open houses. People
Hmm.
on my team do it. And it's not
Hmm.
because I am above it. It's really that I don't work with both sides of a transaction. So I
Hmm.
want the buyer to work with the agent that is holding
Right.
it open, etc. But I just did one and I was very similar to you where it was like, oh, what am I doing? I could be at home right now with Casey, et
Correct.
cetera, et cetera. But then I got out of that mode because for the first hour, nobody came in. And I was like,
Those are the worst. I want people rotate. I like a good 20 people.
yes. Well, then I was like, yes, nobody's here. I was doing other stuff. Then all of a sudden I went, wait a minute, I'm here for a reason. And all of a sudden, boom, it started getting crowded and people were coming through, which was great.
Yeah.
That's what needed to happen. But I think my energy blocked it.
Correct. And we can do that
Yeah.
sometimes.
And what are some of the common challenges or pitfalls that people face when relocating or purchasing in Davidson County? And how do you help them navigate through these?
The hardest part about buying a house here is gauging, are we going to go into multiple offer?
Mm, yeah.
The No matter how long a property may sit, the moment we show interest, there's that one other party.
Yeah.
And I got so annoyed, I think during our spring market, every property we got under contract was, well, there are two others and we got another offer. And, even if it's just one other offer, it's still frustrating because you have to figure out how to beat it. And what always gives me motivation is when it's typically the wife, they start crying and they're like, we have to
Oh.
have this house. I go, oh God, okay, well, we're about to get really dicey on this offer. And so what I've done, I've just learned how to tweak an offer and really get my intel from the agent and gauge the comfortability, I hope that's a word, of my buyers. And I'm like, it's semi risky to do this, this, and this, but I've never had someone lose a job. I hope that doesn't happen
Yeah.
on my next few that close. But, we're going to buy it as is. We're going to waive, we're not going to ask for anything because if you're buying this house, you can probably afford, the repairs. And typically, I like to leave a client with a house I know if a random surprise comes up that the inspector missed, my client's not going to be in the water. If it's so, I really calculate what client goes with what house. We had one client who dreamed about having a total redo, and we found a redo, beat out another offer, and we got it. And I have two things that come back on inspection reports that are a no for me, and it's an oil tank in the front yard.
Okay.
There's only one has happened, and mold.
Those are
If
the
we
two.
add
Yeah.
mold on top of a renovation, chips out. And I will do everything we can go find a better home, because I'm not talking about, a little microbial growth in the crawl space. That's not bad. But when I see a little drywall that's caked in black mold, I'm kind of like, let's go find a different house.
Because you never know what's on the other side.
No, and it's never pretty.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, that's not pretty. What's on the other side is not pretty. But with any property, you just gauge, and you throw a little risk on both sides. The seller's putting risk into trusting you as a buyer, and so you have to throw a risk in as well to make them trust you.
Yeah. And don't you find that when you have the multiple offer situations, it's really the agent to agent relationship
Correct.
that assists your clients in the end? That's what I find.
To toot my own horn, though I
Yeah.
hate to do it, I would say 99% of why my offers get picked is because it's me.
And you're right.
And people know I write a good offer. I don't have fake clients. I don't have silly clients.
They're
And
not just testing the waters. Yeah.
correct. And Chip is fun. He's silly. He'll make everyone giggle. But when we got to get that house, we're getting that house.
Yeah.
There's no funny business. We'll look at the inspection report. We'll go over it. I have endless contractors, subcontractors that can knock anything out. I think it's my relationships I've built over the last 13 years with everyone, and why they want to work with me and why I want to work with them.
And that's how it should be. I can't tell you how many times I've been on the phone with another agent and they say, we have 4 other buyers. Either 1, they don't know them, or 2, they don't have a good relationship with them, or 3, there was no contact. They just received an offer. It was, wow.
I am seeing, and I am almost worried. I think it's very easy to become a realtor these days, and everyone sees, oh, so and so drives this. Let's go be a realtor. We're not making money. Let's go be a realtor. But they don't know, and it takes so much time to learn how to deal when issues come up in houses. I'm worried these new agents, when they get one of those fake offers, it's a real offer, but it's
Yeah.
from a company that they don't really care. I think some are using that to get these properties in multiple offers
And that could be very well. You're right.
here. And I'm worried because, a normal seasoned agent wouldn't do that, but I can see a new agent being like, oh, we got this computer that made this offer.
Yeah.
We're in multiple offer now. I saw that more and more with probably under the 700 mark here. We're not really seeing that over 1 million, but it's something to be aware of. But I do think 99% my relationships with other realtors has gotten me the contract accepted.
And would you give us a sense of lifestyle in Davidson County, and what are the local communities like, and what kind of amenities may a newcomer expect?
There are so many different communities in Davidson County. East Nashville typically caters to your boho lifestyle, but it also caters to some traditional
What's
Green
a
Hill.
boho lifestyle?
Oh Lord, how am I gonna bohemian? You
Okay.
have your markets, your fresh markets are everywhere. You're walking. You have every restaurant under the sun. You have everyone's trained under Nobu, and they've all opened Japanese restaurants in East Nashville, which is appealing. Davidson County has neighborhoods for everybody. Whether you Alan, I don't know what you want to say on your podcast. I can go, you can be as far right as you want, in Davidson, you can be as far left as you want.
And that's perfect.
Correct. I mean, I am thinking of all these spots in my head of where, your TikToking far right lived in Nashville. I can play it. I can see where they live. And your fun bohos. I can see where they live. I mean,
But you also have country clubs, golfing, boating,
correct. We have,
pickleball,
oh,
tennis.
we have paddleball, we have pickleball, we have racquetball, we have my sweet fiance took me on a date to an indoor putt-putt golf
Okay, okay.
venue in downtown. There's a little community in the Gulch, which is your kind of young professional that wants to be or surrounded by everything. And when I say young professional, all ages.
And when you say
Live in the
putt-putt
Gulch.
golf, do you also have drive-in movies?
So our drive-in movie theater,
You do.
we do.
That's awesome.
They are. I think there's one in Davidson County, but we do have drive-in movies. They're really popular in the summertime, of course.
Yeah.
But I think they're about 30 minutes outside of Nashville. We also have many movies in the park. We have Centennial Park, which was our World's Fair
Okay.
location, I think in the 1910s,
Yeah.
1920s. Beautiful. The replica of the Parthenon was built. You have movies in the park there. They just did a huge multi-million dollar renovation of that park. In my neighborhood, Whitland, which is in Davidson County, we have summer movies in the park, which I'm really excited to walk to. They do a giant 100-foot screen and do all these cute little movies. But there are so many different activities for families. We have Dia de los Muertos at Cheekwood Gardens. We have the Warner Park system, which is, I believe, 4,000 acres, endless trails, horseback riding. We have the Nashville Shooting Club
So you
right out.
basically have everything, something for everybody.
Anything
Love
you can
it.
think of, we have it. I
And
mean, I can't. It's too much for me to list.
and everything you've talked about tells me that Davidson County has beautiful weather. Would you please talk about the climate?
You can get all seasons in Nashville. We've gotten a snow in January and February that's been a foot deep the last 5 years.
Wow, okay.
We've had endless rain. We got a foot of rain a month ago. We have beautiful gardens. I'm on the beautification committee for the city of Belmead, and we just started doing these garden walks, and they're beautiful. I mean, it's really something for anyone. The weather here, we're all seasons. You have beautiful springs, beautiful falls. If you want heat, we have heat. We have cold. We got it all.
You got it all. And from your perspective, what are the top benefits for someone considering a move or a purchase in Davidson County?
Lifestyle, kindness, ability to, as we've talked about, do anything you want to. Nashville is a funky city, and our personality is kindness.
Yeah.
And it's just relaxing to live here. You have walkability to so much. And I think people are moving here to get out of these well, they're coming to a big bustling city, but it's relaxing and you have so much land and pastoral things you can do. That's the lifestyle you're getting. What am I trying to say?
I think you said it.
We're getting country Vegas.
I
Is
love
what
it,
we
the
are.
country Vegas.
Country
Um,
Vegas.
and in what ways do you, as a real estate agent, provide value to someone relocating from another state or region? And how do you differentiate yourself from other agents in Davidson County?
There is only one Chippy the realtor, and he is so different than every other realtor. Everyone loves to work with him. They pick all of his offers over anybody. And what I like to explain to people moving here is I'm going to take you around town. I'm going to see how you interact with the community, as in your reactions driving around. I have to watch you in a few homes to
Okay.
see what you're really looking for. And once I've seen that, find the home very quickly. I think it's important for people relocating here to drive around and see what they like and see what they see. I point out flaws of a community as well as the pros and the positives because I don't go anywhere. I become your BFF. And when I am here to sell the house, I don't want to go, whoops, sorry, I didn't tell you that was going to be a negative. I want you to understand everything you're buying into.
And that's how it should be. It really should be.
And I think a lot of agents also here are so by the book
Yeah.
and they don't understand, yes, your job is to find them the home, but you have to find them the perfect home and neighborhood. You don't
I,
want them saying, oh, we made a mistake. And I've never had someone say, knock on wood, Chip, we made a mistake. Never had that.
I find that there are so many real estate agents that just want to make a buck and want to get it done when that's not how it should be. We're dealing, a very good friend of mine had said, she was a title officer, and she said, we're not saving lives, but we're affecting them.
Immensely.
Yeah. So
Our job is to get them the home. A lot of agents can't look past the commission, and you have to. My job is to leave them financially happy, therapeutically happy, and happy with me. I never, when I see a client start to get nervous in a way that is not associated with home buying, as in crippling anxiety, that's not normal.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have anxiety when buying a home. You're not supposed to be hunched over, waking up at 3 a.m. going, what am I doing? And I think
exactly.
it's very important for agents to understand we have a huge role in these people's lives and we've got to leave them happy.
What is one piece of advice, just one, you would give to someone who is thinking of about relocating and purchasing in Davidson County?
Listen to your realtor.
Perfect.
I'm a local, listen to me.
And where are most of your buyers coming from?
We are having an influx of Southern California, Los Angeles. We are getting everyone from Chicago is coming here. I feel like everyone's from Chicago now. I go, where are you from? Oh, we're from Chicago. We have a few from New York that are moving here, and then a few Texans.
Okay. And
So really, those are feeder markets.
and how do you see your area evolving in the next few years, and what impact might that have on new residences?
Nashville is on an uptick north. We have been, since I've been a realtor, we had a little breath in 2022 where we took a little plateau. We're back up. And I just think our market is continuing to go up, and up. And
Yeah.
you better buy now, or if you're priced out now, you're going to be priced out in 10 years, and you better get something while you can.
I call that the I wish I woulda. Yeah.
Lord, and I say that all the time.
Yeah.
I wish I did a data, and then I wish I did a data. All the time I say that, but we're happy where we
Yeah.
are.
Good. And how do you think technology and online resources have impacted the way people approach real estate relocation?
I think our job is starting to morph with some properties. Yes, I will find many off markets, but with technology, the buyer knows almost more about the property than you do when they send it to you.
Yeah.
So I get many texts where they say, "Oh, we hear so and so this and that. Why is this not selling?" And then I just have to go do a quick look. I'm like, "Oh, we got water in here." Or, I think technology has made the buyer so knowledgeable. I think that's more helpful than previously, where we had to know everything about the property and how to get it and how to navigate this way. I think now with the buyer understanding more about the house they're buying, it gives us the opportunity to focus more on getting the house, getting the inspection done, meeting the appraiser, having everything
Yeah.
signed, sealed, and delivered perfectly.
I agree with you 100% on that. You received a list of questions. One question that that was not included is, do you have a favorite realtor story?
What's been happening to me recently is I am loving the feedback I'm getting from my clients going, Chip, that was the easiest thing we've ever done. They go, what was it us or was it? Yeah, I go, guys, it was a blend of both of us.
Yeah.
I am only as good as my buyer. So if my buyer's going to be difficult this, difficult that, the transaction is going to be bumpy. But all of my spring markets listened to me and we got the homes and everyone was happy. I think my favorite realtor story is I had a sweet couple that moved here and during the worst market ever, where everything was 200 over, 300 over. So we went and they were out of town. I went and looked at this house for them and I FaceTimed and I said, guys, this is everything you wanted. And they were like, okay, let's talk about it. Made the offer, wrote a letter, got the house. Husband was speechless. So they fly in that night. I'm petrified because they haven't seen the house, but I told the agent how much they loved it. And it's sunset. You have a little Cavalier King Charles walking down the street. You have kids playing street hockey. The husband goes, babe, they're playing street hockey back there. I'm like, and they went through the house and they came out and the husband put his hands on me and he goes, Chip, I just want you to know you were right. When it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And this is our home. I think that is one that rings so truly to me.
That's wonderful.
And it's so profound. I love that story. It's one of my favorites.
Well, Chip, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. And if anyone that watches this is interested in finding out more information regarding Tennessee, Davidson County, or the surrounding area, you have to call Chip. Chip is my #1 referral for that, definitely.
Yeah.
So Chip, thank you again for being on the show.
Alan, an honor as always, and thank you so much.
You're welcome. This has been your Real Estate Review with Alan Canis. Again, that's me of Engel & Volker, Silicon Valley. We hope you like the show.